discovered in July 2025. What makes this object so interesting is that it has unusual characteristics, and some scientists think it might not just be an asteroid or a comet, but potentially aliens technology.
Yes, you mentioned it before, but what specific details make it so noteworthy? Because from a scientific standpoint, objects coming from outer star system are typical asteroids or comets, right? But in this case, it seems there's something more strange about its trajectory and behavior.
Exactly. One of the things scientists have noticed is that its trajectory is almost flat, with a very small angle relative to the planetary orbits. Additionally, its momentum is retrograde, meaning it travels in its opposite direction to the most object orbiting the Sun. This makes it very difficult to intercept with current technology, but it also could indicate that it's not a stranger forward natural object.
Interesting. They also mentioned that it's spaced very close to some planets like Venus, Mars, and Jupiter. That's unusual because the probability of a natural asteroid or comet making such close space and this pattern is extremely low or less than 0.5%, if I remember correctly.
Yes, that's the estimated. This suggests that it might have a different origin or be somehow controlled. Moreover, when it's near the Sun, it hasn't shown signs of typical comet activity like a coma or a recoil. This increases the mystery because if it were a normal comet, it should have some vaporization of ice and dots, creating those features.
But if I don't show that activity, what does that imply? Could it be an artificial object? Some scientists, like A.B. Lowe, have proposed that Fermat's alien technology may be probe sent to observe or monitor Earth from a great distance.
Okay, that's a hypothesis some science put forward. The suggests that it could have technology on board and might be on some kind of missions. The idea of it being machines or satellite isn't so far-fetched, given its unusual behavior.
And they also mentioned that if in the future we detected unexplained acceleration not caused by gravity alone, that could be a strong clue because an artificially controlled object might have mechanics for propulsion or some additionals.
Okay, exactly. If we confirm that it has some acceleration that can be explained solely by gravitation forces, that will be very strong evidence of advanced technology. Moreover, some students suggest that if extraterrestrials send this object, they might be trying to observe us or even communicate it, using interstellar space to understand our situation.
What if turns out it's in the alien alt us? What other explanations are there? Could is just be a natural anomaly, a kind of unusual asteroid or comet?
Yes, the most probably explanation still is that it's a natural object, especially a comet or asteroid, but there are changes with both hypotheses. For example, it is a 20 kilometers asteroid that will be very rare because such a large objects are much less common as interstellar visitors. And if it is a comet, no signs of activity such as gases or dust have been observed, which unusual. What is unusual?
So what we saying could just be a reminder of how diverse and mysterious space can be, or perhaps a message or warning from another civilization trying to avoid detection easily.